Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Can't Be Quiet. My name is Edmund Johnson, and this is my beautiful co-host.
Hello, everybody, and I am Tracy Johnson.
She's a little bit under the weather right now. There she goes. She's a little bit under the weather. But tonight we are talking about um, R. Kelly versus the Priest. So I'm sure everybody has heard about the R. Kelly situation, and we have a little thing here that's in Dallas now, or the diocese has named 31 priests that has, I'm sorry, that has
We got a bug in here.
that has molested children. Their names has been revealed. So we have that, and uh, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time here. I need to see who's here. And our big thing that we have tonight is the Valentine's Day contest. Now, in order to win this contest, you're going to have to share this video, tonight's video.
Share.
Like it, share it on your timeline. And the person who gets the most shares or views from their timeline stating, I watched this for whoever you are. If your name's Joe, it's I watched this for Joe. I shared it for Joe. Whoever has the most that's connected to you when I tally them up on Tuesday night at 9, Tuesday night at 10, not 10 o'clock, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. I'm going to come back on here. I'm going to announce that winner. All the winner has to do then is get me their information as soon as they want their prize. It's dinner and a movie. So you can have dinner and a movie just by simply sharing this video on your timeline and asking your friends to view it and do the same and state that they watched it for you. So that will be, some easy, what you call it, a studio movie grill, movie tavern, wherever. There's quite a few places on there that you can go to.
Yes, a value of $50 with both gift cards.
Okay, so now we're gonna try to go ahead on and discuss these people. Um, what we really want to talk about is R. Kelly and the Priest. Um, Now we know R. Kelly's situation. Um, R. Kelly has, he has a thing for young girls. That's not something that's not rare. There are a lot of men like young women. A lot of women like young men. So we ain't gonna just say that R. Kelly, messing with the girls that's young, and it's all voluntarily. So
Well, some of them say yes.
so um, we have that situation there. So in that situation, there are girls, young
Hi, Miss
girls,
Wendy.
who are attracted to this man because he's a superstar, or just because they like him. And in this, you have to. I'm just gonna say you have to take things back. It's a two-way street. Yes, their minds ain't developed and whatnot, but it's not just as simple as that. The man, he likes what he sees. He approaches it, and if the girl doesn't like what she sees, it should be
But that has nothing to do with what's going on with R. Kelly. R. Kelly was preying on these people, and that's what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a difference between praying and somebody, well, first of all, if they're a minor, the man shouldn't be pursuing them anyway.
right? But
So
in that, this happens. It happens, and then I was somewhere else surfing and looking, and they said,
she said, "Why are we so far back?
"Oh, well, let's fix that."
Don't put me up close. I'm sick, y'all. Well, I got a real migraine headache. It's getting better, but it had me on my knees earlier, and yeah, I couldn't get it right.
Wow, we can see a little bit too much there, huh?
So the
Yeah, it might be a good reason why we way back.
so with the priest, let's get on the priest. So what's going on with the priest is that in the just in Texas alone, um, there were 300 priests that were credibly accused of sexual assault, sexual abusing children over the last several decades. In the latest effort of the Catholic Church, they wanted to disclose because a lot of people want to have the information. My part take my opinion on that is that is really like disgusting. You got that many people. That many priests, men of God, abusing children in the church is like almost like, what did we all set up and this is what was done, or was this done to them? And so since it was done to them, they decided that they wanted to take this walk so it could happen to them. But just a whole take on it that it was 300.
And that's not the bad part. Now, yeah, that's bad. The bad part of that is that they are protected by the church. Not one of those men, 300 and some men, not one of them has done any type of time. None of them has been locked up. They've been maybe stripped of their position or moved to a different parish or whatnot, only to repeat the same thing, which from what we're looking at, it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon in any of the parishes. So wherever parish you go, you just got to start off fresh. Um, Something should be done. Somebody should say something, and but we all know that the Catholics kind of got their own little society, their own laws, and are protected. It's like they're untouchable. So I don't know if there's somebody out there Catholic out there or not who can probably enlighten us. But the Catholic religion is the only religion that's able to really keep birth records and death records and all of that, adoption records. So we have all that, but the thing is that they are protected. They commit the crime, and there's nothing that they face. They are protected. Now, R. Kelly has to go through uh, the media cutting him down and everything. And the major question in both is, where was mama? Where was daddy? That 14-year-old girl, 15-year-old girl could not have been out for days without mama knowing. The same with those kids with Michael Jackson. Mom and daddy knew. They were probably getting paid off, or they thought maybe it would be a big payday somewhere down the line and just didn't have them fast enough for them, so they came out. But the thing is why you let your kid go there? Why you let your kid be there? And with R. Kelly, why you let your kid be there? It should have been some kind of ruckus. You could have caused some kind of problem, caused some kind of hell.
Yeah.
I
So,
would have.
but the thing is, I think what it works on is trusting who you trusting and who you leaving your kids with. It's so bad now. It's like you want to do a background check on who.
And there goes this. You trust the church. You trust them because of their titles. You trust them because it is the church. But you may do background checks and all of this good old stuff. And that's only good to catch the ones who've already been caught, who's in the system. But how are you going to catch that one who's never been caught, who doesn't have a record, who doesn't have a background for you to find, and who maybe is able to intimidate your children so well that they can't say anything or won't say anything. So it isn't that it ain't going, it ain't happening, but it is, Okay, where we at?
Nothing. I'm just saying.
So, background checks is not really going to help you that much. It's listening to your child, watching your child, knowing their moods, their move when something's gone. Yeah, communicating and being able to be open with them to let them know what's trouble, what's not trouble. And the only way you're going to do that is be able to build a relationship with that child. If you ask your child to do something, you lie, then your credibility is no longer any good with your child. Now, one might say that's trying to be a friend with your child. No, it's not being a friend with your child. It's laying down ground rules. Is your child going to listen to you when you tell them, stop cussing? Yeah, they're going to stop cussing for now, and they'll cuss later on because you still cussing. So you have to be an example. If you say, look, just tell me, and you ain't going to get in no trouble, just tell me. But when they tell you, and you say, that's all I want is no, now you're on punishment. Well, gee whiz, the next time you ask them to just tell you they ain't going to get in no trouble, you think they going to believe that? I don't think so. So the thing is being honest with your children, being straightforward with your children, and letting them know that you are the boss. That you are the boss. Let me see here. Da, 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 da. So, I don't know. Let me see here. I want to see who's on here. Who has something to say? Somebody got something else to say. Oh, good evening, Miss Wendy. Good evening, Selena. So somebody give me some points. And if you would like to come on as a guest or a guest speaker, you can do so. You can ask to be so, and I will shoot you a link, and you'll come right on here with us. So, in everything, jumping back to our good old Preist and everything, when you look at it, you really look at it, a pedophile, knowing that you're not going to get arrested, you're not really going to get in any trouble other than a title being stripped away and moved to another parish. Don't you think almost every pedophile will want to sign up to be a Catholic priest or anybody that's in a church? And we know in churches we're trying to get the word, so we done left our children wherever, and we don't really know the people that they're with. I mean, really know them. You can think I mean, every time you watch the news and something bad has happened, something majorly, the first thing the neighbors say is, I talk to them all the time, I never thought or dreamed or believed that they would be like that. I never thought that was even them. So it's the exact same. It's real life, period. It's just real life. You have to look at everybody. You have to examine them close. You have to know your children. If you don't know your children, then hey, they'll let you know somewhere down the line anyway. But I thought this would be a good topic because a lot of this is happening, and Brother R. Kelly, he's going through what he's going through because of what he likes, and the blame is not all his. I mean, yes, he's the adult, but like I said, when you were younger, any female, when you were younger, an older guy approached you and you wasn't interested, he got shooed away. If you was interested, he didn't get shooed away.
Where were the parents?
And again, all of that falls into, the type of parenting. the type of parenting that that one has been in. So did mama raise you right? Did daddy raise you right? Is there any fear anywhere in there for what's going on? Um, and it's clear that there isn't, because you got, I mean, stars, people who are rich and famous who should be able to get just about anybody they want, and that's about what they're doing. So um, R. Kelly is not the only one at fault. The parents are at fault, and it's just just close monitoring your children. Um, Now, the contest. I'm jumping to the contest. The contest. Um, it starts tonight, and I would tally up all those shares and likes and everything that has your name attached to it. I'm going to let everybody know who the winner is on Tuesday, and after Tuesday, we will.
I need your information.
Well, we'll wait for your information. And when we get your information, then we will send you out your prize. Now, the thing is, the sooner you send it to me, the sooner I can send you your prize, because I can't control the mail. So if you're in town, then hey, that's easy. But if you're out of town, and we got some out of town guests on here, we going way up as far as Detroit. I got Marcel on here. We're going as far down as Louisiana, because I got Sherry on here. And I know Miss Regina Green is, I'm not sure where she is, but she's somewhere she's somewhere out there that ain't up north, it ain't down south. So she went to the east or the west, I believe. But it will be dinner and a movie. And I'm sure it's nationwide, so you'll be able to use it wherever. Um, it's just our way of, one, you know, giving back. Two, it's also a way of helping getting everybody aware that we're out here and what we're doing. And what I'm really doing is talking about the subjects that nobody wants to talk about. Um, Anything and everything that's going to ruffle some feathers, make somebody, things that you should have said something about. Somebody should have said something about R. Kelly a long time ago. Or somebody should have said something about Donald Trump a long time ago. He admits everything he does, and we still made him president. So it's everything. It's not just out of the church. It's in the church, and everything I'm talking about is not to attack the church. I wanna lay that down there, because some people think that I'm attacking the church. I'm not attacking the church. Way back in the very beginning, the man of God was surrounded by other men of God. And the reason he was surrounded by them was they kept him out of trouble. If he wants to do anything wrong, they all would have to be in on it. And when it came time for him to give up everybody's sins and he go into the tabernacle by himself, if he wasn't right, he'd die. And they would have to pull him out, because they couldn't go in to go get him. They'd have to pull him out with a rope. And then God would appoint the next man, the next high priest.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, men of God who's preaching the word, teaching the word, and over a flock should be surrounded by other men of God that is going to be there to make sure that he's right, remains right, and vice versa. And
for the contest.
Women, first ladies. First ladies should be surrounded by lots of women of God to also do the exact same thing, because she holds a high office. She holds a high office, so you have to know that you have to protect the church, and in return, the church protects you. But it should never, and I'm saying never protect what we've seen going on with Preist, and it's like it's what they're known for. Sooner or later, that's just all it's going to be. It's what it's going to be known for. The same with police. Police continue to beat and kill black folk. That's what they're going to be known for. When you say police, it's going to automatically be associated with, oh, they kill black people. So, when you say Nazi, you say the word Nazi, they automatically know, okay, hey, we know who they are. Ku Klux Klan, you know who they are. So the more you continue to do stuff, that reputation gets on you and it stays on you. So,
Reset,
yes.
What's the rules for the contest?
Rules for the contest. It's no real major rules. Um, all you have to do is share. Share this video on your timeline, letting your timeline know to watch the video and say, I watched it for Marie. If it's Marie who did it. If it's Miss Wendy who did it, Miss Wendy would say, I watched it for Miss Wendy. If Sal does it, Sal say, I watched it for Sal. Regina does it, I watched it for Regina. And on Tuesday, I would count up all those that associated with a name. Well, whoever has the most. If you got the most, I'm going to be dotting them down and jotting them down, and I will let you know who won. And I'll send out the tickets. I'll send out everything that you need to win. Well, not to win, to collect your prize. To enjoy your Valentine's Day on Can't Be Quiet. It's not much. It's just a little bit of something. But I'm hoping that, if everybody like and share, then maybe we can blow up and get somewhere, be somebody. Again, if you would like to be a guest on this show, you can let us know, and we will make you a guest. We can do it like, even if you say it right now, I want to be a guest, then I can send you a link and shoot you over here, and boom, you're a guest. Or you can go to the website, can'tbequiet.com, and get into the contact us, leave a message, a comment, message, and let us know, hey, this is a topic I'd like to talk about. I'd like to bring that topic to your platform, and we talk about it. So you give me the time, and then I will let you know when, and we'll do that. So you can go there and leave that information there, or you can hit us here on Facebook in the inboxes or Messenger. So let us see who else is here. Does anybody have any questions, any type of questions, or any topics that you would like to talk about tonight? Anything that's on your mind? I can't see.
Is that coming on the bottom of the screen?
Ain't nothing here. Hey, Pam. We were talking about R. Kelly and the Preist, what they have in common, and who's at greater fault. Is R. Kelly at greater fault because he has influence on young folk, older folk? Should he be to blame? And the Preist, same way. Should they be to blame for what's going on with them, that they have to turn to children?
It's the priest is worse off. He know the word of God, and in the process of knowing the word of God, he is doing all that stuff that he's doing, and he has a calling on his life. He accepted that, and then to get to the point of molesting children.
Yeah, the priest should be the one.
Y'all, sorry, I'm under the weather. I have a real migraine headache, like really, really bad.
Yeah, she ain't feeling so good, so she usually the hype of the show, and keeps it going. Me, I'm just dull and blunt. But I don't know. Anybody have any type of topics they can help me out here? Um, since my co-host is down, I'm gonna let y'all be my co-hosts. Hey, Thomas. Um, I don't know. I don't have anything else. Just remember to do the contest. And for those who are not on here tonight, hopefully you get on here later on and I'll see you then. But I'm trying to carry us on until 9 o'clock here. Okay. Hmm. Let us see. Well, the child molestation thing is it's touchy. I know folks don't want to really be on it, but these type of things go on in our church. They go on, and it's something that should be addressed. Somebody should say something in what they see, and for Preist to really do this here, it makes it bad. It makes it bad for any type of preacher. And I forget the name of the preacher who was in Georgia, who I'm not gonna say molested because well, he did because they were younger, they got older, and they still stayed with him and everything. But he ended up dying, and had a real big old church. I forget his name. Must not be meant, but for him to mess with those children, so it's not just the priest. Um, you got Terry Hornbuckle, who was right here in Arlington. He done the same thing. You know, slipping people drugs. To have sex with them and stuff. But at the same time, I'm always saying that it's not all their fault. Now he's the pastor, and he's supposed to be counseling these young ladies and ministering to them, but he takes them to his apartment. And he's married, has a nice big old house, but he has apartments that he take them to, and slips them the date rape drug or whatever it is, and but now that's where it gets tricky right there. That's where it gets tricky. One, you're a young lady. You were attracted to the man. I don't care what nobody say. They was attracted to that man because they left outside of the church to go to his private home or private stash away house or whatever you want to call it. To go meet with him for counseling. They wasn't getting counseling, and they wasn't trying to get no counseling. He offered them a drink. A drink of what? Soda? Wine? Whatever it was. Okay, so and then he ends up sleeping with him. And I'm just going to assume that it had been going on longer than what it was going on. It wasn't something that just happened and stopped. So they wasn't always the innocent person. It's just that the person that it happened with was responsible. He was the one who was supposed to be counseling people. He was the one who, you know, let's say a good old Jezebel, that's what people want to call him. A Jezebel comes into the church and she asks the pastor for some counseling, and she doesn't really want some counseling. She just wants to seduce the pastor. Well, one, he has to watch out for this because he's a man of God. And if it is his weakness, he'll be attacked by it. But if it's not his weakness, then it can't really do him no harm. I mean, he's able to fight that off easily. But if that is his desire, then that temptation is going to come to him. And if he's by himself, surely he'll fall. He ain't Jesus. So at your weakest moments, everything that you desire will come to you. And accepting it is when and how you're going to fall. So I ain't saying that they came to him. I'm just saying that somewhere in there, had he had an armor bearer, had he had some deacons that was around him, maybe they could have guided him and let say, no, well, no, Pastor, you don't want to counsel her by yourself. No, Pastor, you don't want to counsel her without another lady in here. So there should be standards all the way around in every church. And I know in some churches, I do know, where the pastor won't counsel anybody uh, without another, where he want to counsel another female without another female being present. Be it the first lady or someone else that is trusted in the church that is, you know, that maybe is a counselor herself. They're going to be in there together. It would not be no alone. And anybody can say anything, and nobody, no man of God is going to put himself in that position to where it can be said. So, I mean, putting yourself in that position, it must be something that you want to have anyway. So, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, watch out now.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Watch out.
If I was a pastor and a woman came to be counseled, and even if she wasn't looking at it as all that, I'm not gonna try to be in there alone. I don't want nobody to say nothing, nothing, nothing. And if she was, I definitely gonna have, hey, let me get somebody else. Let's keep the doors open and make sure everybody can see.
So you'll be tempted.
Temptation is a hell of a thing. So one can't say they won't be tempted. Now, I can tell you this much. If there's a barilla, I ain't gonna be tempted.
Don't start.
But if she look good, then temptation is there. I mean, wherever one's weakness is. You know, I heard a preacher say, you can put a bowl of lima beans in front of me, and you can hook them up however you want. Hook them up real good. Put a bowl of lima beans in front of me, and I ain't gonna touch them. But put a bowl of pinto beans in front of me with some cornbread and some fried chicken. Oh, they ain't gonna make it. So it's the same thing with this. If it's not something that's going to tempt you, then hey, it ain't gonna. If it's not something you like, it ain't gonna really tempt you. If it is something that you like, then temptation is there. So, with that being said, I believe each and every man of God, woman of God, should have some kind of protection. That some kind of protection where there is an armor bearer, there is somebody there that's able to keep them as they are keeping people, as they are blessing people, touching people, praying for people. That somebody is there. Almost everybody has somebody. Way back Elijah and Elijah. So, somebody. Or, I forget the other little dude. But, okay. So, we wind this here up, looks like. Today's a dead day. I was expecting more viewers. And I'm jumping on here. I'm looking around here now. I'm trying to see. Okay. Elder Henry. At least I see you was here. Okay. So, that's going to conclude the R. Kelly and the Preist. I intended to make it be about something, but it just ain't going there. So R. Kelly versus the Preist look like the Preist win or lose, as one might say. But they're the ones who are doing the most damage. I mean, 300 and some priests. That's just bad, and it's a real bad reputation that they're giving men of God. And That's one of the reasons why Can't Be Quiet was started. Because people are using my God's house as a house of business, a place to lure people, and just a place to get away with doing anything that they want to do. You know, we got to keep it. We got to keep God's house sacred. So I'm not really worried about R. Kelly over there. You know, he can only do what somebody allows him to do. But Priest, on the other hand, they got you where they want you, and almost any and everything can be said, and nothing's being done to them. That's a problem for me. It's a problem for me anytime anybody uses God's house to commit sins, to mislead people, or for their own gain, or anything that is not what God wants. And it ain't that I'm a pro on this or whatever. It's just that if I see it, I'm gonna say something about it. If I see it and it ain't right, then somebody gonna know. Somebody gonna know that I ain't like it. You know, because I'm gonna say something. I'm not really interested in, being nice ain't got me a slew of friends no way. So being mean ain't can't hurt none. So, but in all this, all I'm saying is God's house is God's house, and it should be addressed that way. It should be taken care of that way. It should be respected as though it's God's house. But man don't fear God no more.
Some
And
of them.
and that's that sounds bad. It sounds real bad. But if you really feared God, would you be doing what you're doing in His house? Would you be doing what you're doing to His people in His house? You wouldn't. So that's a show sign to me that you ain't fearing God. And for those of us, Miss Kiera Thompson, hello. For those of us who are supposed to be children of God, be it a man of God, a woman of God, or whatever, we are supposed to say something. And I had said before, you know, when you turn to God, when you first come to God, you beg Him and you ask and you plead. That's when you got that major understanding that you need God. When you first get that, like Paul, like Paul did, you jump up running. You jump up with fire. And all you want to do, is do God's will. It said that Paul persecuted hard. And then when he came to the other side, he worked just as hard. So all I'm saying is when you turn to God, you had a fire. You had that yearning to do right. You wanted to be right. You wanted to live right, talk right, walk right. But somewhere down the line, you got used to stumbling. You got used to messing up, and you just said it was all right. And now when you see wrong being done, you say, it's all right. It ain't all right. It ain't all right no time at all when a man who's supposed to be representing God is misrepresenting Him. When he's supposed to be speaking for God and he really speaking for himself. I can't get with that. I can't get with that, and I'm not gonna get with it. And I know what people say. I hear people, and people have even asked me, do you think that's something you want to do? Well, I can ask that same question to you guys. Do you think that's something you want to do? Messing with God. You know, yeah, right now He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing to hurt you, nothing to harm you. But somewhere down the line, it's going to hit you, and you're going to realize that you messed up. You messed up big time. So, again, I'm not attacking the church. I am attacking all kinds of evil that I see. If I see it's wrong or whatever, I'm going to address it. One can accept it or not, you know. And It's just something that I had been doing for a long time, and you know, some don't like it, some do. Some accept it, some don't. Uh, some think I'm just whatever. I don't know, renegade or whatever. I don't really know what folks think, but I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because y'all still doing what y'all doing, and we all got to answer to God for ourselves. And if me warning you and trying to get you right, trying to shake you and bring you back to where you were or where you were supposed to be, if I'm wrong for that, then I'm gonna just be wrong. I'm gonna just be wrong. But I'm not judging what you do, and I'm not surprised. I want everybody to know that I'm not surprised that there's more people doing wrong than there is right. There's more people going the wrong way than there are those that are going the right way. Because the Bible already told me that. So that it's going to be two roads. There's going to be a whole bunch of folks going that way and just a few going this way. And I'm going to be over here with the few. Because I know hell going to be full of people. So I'm going to go over here with the few. I know that in order for me to get right, I got to get my spirit right. And, I understand the flesh thing, but I do know this, that you ain't going to never be right if you ain't trying to be right. How can you always use the excuse that I can never be perfect if you ain't even trying to be perfect? Somebody said this, and I kind of believe it. I don't know yet, but I'm testing it out. I'm trying it out. They say if you do something continuously for 30 days, it becomes a habit, and you have to do it. Basically, do it. You're doing it because it's a habit now. If you make an attempt not to sin for 30 days, try it. Try it hard, and every time you mess up, start all the way back over to 1. Now, if you can make it 2-3 days, and I'm just saying 2-3 days of not sinning at all. If that's fasting and meditating and locking yourself away from the world to do that, if you can do that for 3 days, then guess what? You were perfect for 3 days. You were perfect. So, can you imagine doing that for years? Now, the Bible say Enoch, Enoch was a good dude. Not all right? Okay. All right, Pastor. But Enoch was a good dude. He went to heaven. Well, God took him with him. He wasn't here no more. He didn't die. So I look at him. I look at the man who tried to keep the ark from hitting the ground when it was falling. When he touched it, he died. Okay, now those who were carrying it were able to carry it because they were chosen and they were numbered and raised for that, which means that they were perfect. So this other one touched it. He had good intentions, but it wasn't good enough. He wasn't right. And then again, going all the way back to the priest and everything, going forward to a lot of other areas in here where it tells you that people were perfect, but you don't want to hear that. You don't want to see that. You don't want to examine that because you ain't reading your Bible, and you mad because I'm reading my Bible. You mad because I'm trying to get an understanding about the pages and stuff. You mad because I believe it's only black and white, and there ain't no gray. There is, unless somebody knows something I don't know. Let me know. Y'all on here, let me know. There ain't nothing but heaven or hell and earth and Mars and Venus. Heaven or earth. Heaven or hell. Heaven or hell. You can't go but one or the other. So, if there's a line somewhere that you can stand on and say, I was in the gray area. I mean, I don't know how many people gonna be trying to get on that line. But you either with God or you're not with God. You got him or you don't got him. You can't have Satan today and God tomorrow. God, well, you ain't gonna have him like that. You ain't gonna have him like that. He says he's a jealous God. So it's one or the other. All I'm trying to do is bring some kind of awareness. So I'm trying to make you read your Bible. I'm trying to bring you back to the beginning, to what you obviously, and I'm talking to leaders, that you obviously have forgotten because you have no one to answer to. You have no one to answer to, so you can do whatever you want to and not really be questioned. I'm just that guy who questions everybody about everything because I have a desire to learn. I have a desire to be more. I'm seeking more. I want more. And I want it from somebody, who's not going to tell me, just pray about it. You can't just pray about everything. Some things it must be an answer to. So I want that answer. And I'm going to keep on looking for it, talking about it, and trying to get it. Meaning that there ain't no end. There ain't no end for me. A lot of us, a lot of y'all have reached your end. There's no higher than you can go. You can't go no higher.
You can.
You're not trying to go no higher. You don't see no higher. I do. I know that I can be a better me. I can be better than what I am right now today. I know that. So I'm going to keep on trying to be there. And it hurts my heart when I come to a place to where I can look at you and say, I've outgrown you. Because somewhere in there, if I've outgrown you, maybe you done stop growing. Or maybe you ain't growing as fast as I need. So it's bad, but it's good for me. It's good. It means that I need to move around some. I need to grow some more. There's something else out there for me to learn. And I don't need, preaching is good. I understand what preaching is for. It's good. Preaching is there to keep you awake. You fall asleep. It's going to keep you awake. Keep your body and mind stimulated. But when it comes down to the teaching part, are you learning anything? Did you get some Bible today, or did all you get was the shout and fall out? I mean, they ain't done nothing for me. I'm sorry. I need that meat. I need something that's going to cause me to go back home and pick up the Bible. I have heard the story of Jonah and the whale, I don't know how many times. And every time I hear it, I hear it from a different person, and I hear it in a different way, but it's in order, and it's and the text is right and everything. They didn't add nothing, they didn't take nothing from it. But the way that person told it made me go read it again. I'm like, I didn't get that picture, because every time somebody tells a story, I get a picture. And I see that picture. It's like Disney. Disney told it this way, Warner Brothers told it that way, and Tyler Perry did it that way. And it was all different but the same. The same but different. And each time it made me want to go pick the Bible up and read. If your sermons ain't causing somebody to want to get closer to God, or to want to read or learn more about God, examine yourself. Figure out or decide, are you doing this for you, or are you doing this for God? And pray, talk to him. Something ain't right there. I'm just going to say that. Something's not right there. You should want to You should want to not just cause your people to fall out and dance and all
Yes.
that good old stuff. You should want them to learn something. You should want them to know. See, your thing is this. If you teach one, now it's no longer just you. It's you and that one spreading God's word. Not your word, God's word. They're getting people, you and him is getting, you and her, whoever. You and them are getting people excited. And then when y'all bring another one, you bring one more, he bring one more. Now it's four of y'all. And you going out there with that fire, spreading it. It's spreading farther, and people are getting more excited and everything and wanting to come to God. They want to learn more about God. That is the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. It may be a very difficult task for some because, Lot couldn't do it, Noah couldn't do it, so I don't know. The end result was still the end result. The flood came and everybody was destroyed. The fire came and everybody was destroyed. So, I ain't say everybody, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. So, the thing with all of that is that one can try. One can try. So, Chester Henry says, you should want them to feel and understand what God has shared and shown you. Exactly. Exactly. You should want them to feel that. They should want it. And, have the same thing, in them, that same desire to follow God. And I don't know. That's just how I feel and how I want to. I just want to get closer to God. And I want to be. I used to want to be just led there. Hey, take me by my hand and lead me and show me. But somehow, somewhere in here, I've shook that off because I ran into too many who didn't know where they were going. So I'm like, nope. You just said enough for me to see who you are. So I have to see. I have to get fed. I have to get fed by birds. So somebody got to come and bring me a little drop here and there. So it's just the word of God. That's all I want. That's all anybody should want, because that word is going to get you closer to him. That word is going to make you want to get rid of that old heart you got and get a new one. So when you get that kind of yearning, and you're praying and asking God, hey, you know, take this away. The very thing that he won't do, because he wants you to want him for yourself. The only thing is that he just can't take anybody. He just can't take you because you say. You gotta show him. Fooling people is one thing, but fooling God is another thing. You can't fool him. So many people done tried. So many people done tried. They can't. All right, Elder. See, you supposed to be on here. You supposed to be on here. My co-host fell off.
Your co-host sick.
Well, my co-host sick. Oh,
What's got a migraine? I ain't sick.
she got a migraine. She ain't sick. She got a migraine. And I'm up here. I'm dry. And y'all know I ain't no preacher. Y'all know I ain't no teacher. And
What you is, baby? Yes, you is a teacher.
and
The Lord working
I'm
with it.
catching it.
Growing it.
I'm really catching it, because I be wanting to get on here just chopping off heads and stuff, and going straight to war. I just want to go straight to war and say, hey, that ain't right, this ain't right, and this is what we got to do, and this is what we should be doing. And I don't know. I can't do it. But
You can.
looking like we got 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna take these 3 minutes to tell you guys again. We have that contest. We have the contest so that you can win dinner and a movie. So, to win a dinner and a movie, you have to share this video tonight. This video here. Share this video on your timeline and let your timeline know. Please watch this and view it, share it, and put on there, I watched it for you. And when they do that, I am going to be tallying them up. And when Tuesday comes, I am going to announce the winner Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So if somebody get on here and they only got 2 shares, that's 2 shares that somebody else ain't got. So they're going to win. So it's not a hard thing. And it's going to help me get out there. And in turn, I get blessed. You're going to get blessed. Lots of the holidays are coming up. There'll be more prizes to come. There'll be more things that we're going to give away. We're going to give away t-shirts down the line. We're going to give away hats down the line. Now, of course, hey, Mika, of course, these t-shirts and hats, they're going to say, can't be quiet. It ain't going to be like this. This right here is for me. The one that you will be getting will have the logo on there, that right there. It's going to have that on there. And hats, caps, shirts, coffee mugs. All of this is coming. Also, we're trying to go on iTunes. We're already on YouTube. I'm working on that. I'm also working on my own radio station. That's months down the line. But it is up here, and I'm gonna put it out there. So that's coming. What else is coming? Go on YouTube, please. Subscribe, like, because all of this stuff is on YouTube, is on Facebook, is on Instagram, is on Twitter, and then of course it's at can'tbequiet.com also. And that site will be upgrading. It's going to be to where you can go on here, you'll be able to leave comments, you can start an account, and it'll be something like Facebook, but not as sophisticated as Facebook. So you can go on there. Also, this is what we're gonna do, and tonight I'm gonna do this here. Well, you know something? I can't even do this. But there is a guy, his name is Jonathan Duty. Jonathan Duty. He is a barber. And see, y'all see my head? Well, hold on. I'm trying to bring it in here. Okay, he's a barber. And he gave me a haircut today, and it's a good haircut. I like it. He's a good guy. He cuts hair good, and he is located over there off of Carrier and 360, right behind Chap's Burger. Okay, that's a good barbershop over there. So I'm throwing that out there too. So if you have a business or something that you like to advertise or whatever, I'm just throwing it out there. It might bring him some business. I hope it do. And I saw him watching earlier, so share me. Also, Kristen Kennedy. Kristen Kennedy, she's a beautician / barber and all that other goes. I think she's a nail tech too. She does my wife's hair. She does an awesome job. She's done a lot of our friends' hair. I don't know her information and her location, but she was at Candy Cuts, but she's not there anymore. So she's off of Sublet and 287. Y'all stop in, pay her a visit. She's gonna do you right. So again, if you have a business and you want to promote it, also, if paparazzi, you got Tracy's Treasure Box. You have Fashion Incline, and if you want to get your credit repaired, you've got Prosper Hot Dog Marie. What is it? Marie Johnson does credit repair, so she gonna repair your credit. So we're gonna start doing all that. You know, a little something out there. If you got a house need painting and some work done like that, I know somebody know how to do that. Chester Henry. He does that type of stuff. So,
A realtor? You looking for a realtor?
if you're looking to buy a house, there are two realtors out there. We got Marcus Carter and we got Letitia Manu. So, y'all hit them up if you were looking to buy a house. It's mansion time now. So, those of y'all who are out there ready to buy those houses, y'all get in touch with them.
Y'all give them a read if you need credit repair to buy your house.
Yeah. So you can get your credit repaired. Marie Johnson can get your credit repaired. Okay? And Marcus Carter or Letitia Manu will sell you the house. And if it needs some repairs, Chester Henry will do that. And just in case you don't know how to really dress that house up like you want, y'all have to call Tracy. She'll get the girls together and they'll go in there and they'll hook you up. So, again, this is the end of this here, you guys. I thank y'all. And I'm trying to make this my theme song. I know they're going to hit me. But it's up here, y'all. This is the end of this here. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Oh, Purpose credit.
Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down.
Share,
Lord
like.
Jesus. Oh.